Okay guys, just starting on some little projects today. Gonna be fixing the alignment on my door. You can see when it closes, it's bumped out a little bit more than it should be, and the gap there is closer than the gap at the top here. So what we're gonna have to do is undo the bolts holding the door in, try and tilt it more this way, because at first glance, that fitment's perfect, but because that's messed up, then that's gonna get messed up a little bit. So we're gonna have to fix this. And in doing so, we're gonna fix, hopefully, what's wrong with these headlights. With this fender obviously poking a little bit lower down than it should be, and interfering with these headlights going in correctly. Because this left side, as you can see, it's mounted beautiful, perfect. Then this one, the fender is too low. So it's interfering with that, and then we'll also have to readjust the hood. So, gonna do a bunch of little stuff like fixing the fender, door, and then also my oil catch can is supposed to be arriving today, so we'll be installing that. Gonna be routing it from this top line here down, mounting it somewhere. I'm probably gonna mount it to like these brackets from the where the air filter used to be, where the air box used to be, and that goes into that back line there. So it's just going to collect any of the residual oil that occasionally comes through the line, because we're getting a little bit of a pooling in the intake manifold. So whenever that arrives, we'll install it. It's all going to be in this video. And then fender fitment. Oh yeah, and we're coming along with the headliner. All that is being wrapped in black. I don't have the adhesive yet, so it's taken a while to release the next part. But getting that done, all the interiors looking good again. I fixed the shifter with all the, it was, I don't know, there was a little bit of weird stuff. It was smacking my drive shaft. So I just had to adjust stuff because the cheap eBay short shifter that we had installed. So I had to fix that. And then I also have my starter switches are in there now. So instead of it being this panel that was up top here, it looked terrible because it was 3D printed and whatnot. We just kind of flick the switches under there and then hold that button to start it now, instead of I couldn't get the key working because the bar inside snapped. I tried drilling it out, I couldn't. Bits just kept breaking, so I just wired it over under there, and now it looks like it's not. Anyway, I didn't film any of that. That was a side thing. I don't know. Didn't think you guys would care for it, because not a lot of you are going to want to do that. And if you do, plenty of documentaries or, I guess, how-to videos. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing, loosening those bolts, like pretty much, and then just leaving those ones still tight, but just breaking them loose. Because we don't need to adjust the bottom, we mainly just need to adjust the top bolts. So then we can kind of slightly bend the door. And, yeah. So I'll go ahead, show you guys what tools we'll need, and then just kind of go from there and adjust it. Now, this is the simple setup of tools we'll need. It's just a 3/8 ratchet, an extension, and then a 3/8 socket. It doesn't need to be a deep socket, but I figured just because, you know, we don't have a lot of clearance, I'll get as much reach as I can without having to use a way too long of an extension. So, just this simple setup, 13 mil. Small extension, ratchet, and then just break these top ones loose, which I cannot do one-handed, so we'll just break these top ones loose, break the bottom ones a little bit, and then start rotating. So, I got lucky. Literally just broke those two top bolts loose. I was like, why not? It kind of just fell. I was like, okay, whatever. Held it up, tightened it randomly. I was like, probably good. What the frick? I don't think I could have gotten any luckier on getting this aligned. Like, it's a little low, but the gap is perfect now. It might be a little wide, but no, it's not wide, because look, then this is also pointer finger width, like the tip of my pointer finger, and this is, then we'll check the other side, because, you know, pointer finger is the gap we're going, oh, yeah. This side looks better because it doesn't have like primer overspray and then primer overspray on the window, but the gap's good. We got Oh yeah, we got a little bit of rust on this side, but that's fine. Like, holy. Ooh, got a plate mount. Going all over the place. Sorry about this, but there's no real topic for this video, so we're doing whatever, I guess. Before, as you saw, I just had it in my windshield, but I was kind of like, cops are kind of pissy with front plates in Vernon, or I found at least. So I couldn't get it mounted on here because these bolt holes are just slightly too wide, and I had a bracket for it, for my plate, but I lost it somewhere, so wasn't able to mount it there, and just found that these fog lights have those little holes. So I grabbed some fairly long bolts that kind of sandwiched this with a, I'm going to flip the camera, sandwiched that with a nut behind it, and then sandwiched it, can't see if you guys see it well, I sandwiched it with another nut there and then a nut behind it, both with lock washers on them. And then because the this was kind of sagging down, it was like really face down, whatever, I got some chicken wire and strung it through some holes so that it angles the plate up. And now I have my own little custom bracket on the side of my bumper. It's a little far out, like I wish it was like more in, but I don't know, I'm happy with it. It looks better than if I had it in the middle, I guess. And the windshield, you could barely see it, so I would get yelled at. But now, back to the main focus point. We're going to be fixing this now, because you can see a bit of a taller gap there, which gives us some wiggle room, which is about all the room we're going to need to fix the alignment on that headlight. So, what we'll have to do, what I believe we'll have to do, just get a Torx bit. I'll find out what size and tell you guys. To get 1, 2, 3. Then normally there'd be a fourth, but instead we just have a socket. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be a 10 mil. So we'll need 10 mil, then Torx bits for 3 bolts. Then there will be some inside there. Got one there. And one in there you can barely see. Hope we don't have to get at those, because that's kind of annoying and I'll need my foot-long extension. Anyway, gonna get ahead. Loosen at least those top 4 that go along, the 3 Torx and the 1 socket. And then see if we need to adjust these ones or not. Holy. Now, I got all 3 of these 3 out at least. This one. Holy, such a pain. So these 2 came up pretty easy. This one I slipped a little bit, so I'll have to replace those 2 at least. Maybe the 3rd one as well, because why not? But look at this bolt. Or this dude. So I tried drilling out the middle, because it went, rounded it, sucks to suck. It happens, whatever. So I tried drilling it out so that I could, like, drill all the way down and then just pry the top of it off, then get the middle out. Didn't work. I tried prying underneath to break it, so then I ended up breaking all this. It's kind of sucky. I'm just going to bend it back to shape and then tack it, just so it's, you know, it holds, like it seals and doesn't let water in, like, because this lining's supposed to go in there to hold water. Anyway, so then I took out, I don't remember what this thing's called. Anyway, a cutting wheel, and then put some slits in it. Set that, got a screwdriver and hammer, and kind of just like smacked it counterclockwise. So then I could just smack it with a screwdriver in those holes to unscrew it. It worked. I mean, got it out, but now we got to go replace basically just all 3 of these, and then replace that one too with one of those. Same with the other side, just so it's all matching. You know, we want to have it all being with Torx bits, so that's good. Now, still got to get that one off, but then not sure if we need to take those 2 off that hold up the hood, but I'm going to continue, get the 10 mil out for these, and these ones were a T30, I believe. Yeah, it was a T30. It's been a while since I actually used the socket, because this has been taking me like 30 minutes, but let's get that. So the only things you'll need to take this panel off is a 10 mil and a T30, maybe not even the 10 mil. I think that's just a me problem. and then, I don't know, take off the trim, because it kind of holds it together, and then those bolts, and we should be able to remove the fender, or adjust it, because we don't have to take it off. I do want to show you guys something too. I ended up, since I have my headliner and everything off, I mounted my phone holder on the roof there, and I tested the camera, and it's like, not sure if it really shows for you guys. It's a pretty good POV, so I'm gonna get some shots doing that, going out driving. Got my little driving pal. Gotta have one of those. It's always nice, especially when you're driving alone most of the time. And I'm gonna go out, get some clips of me driving this car finally. It's not gonna sound great because I don't have like the little mics to clip onto my intake and onto my exhaust, but you'll hear the exhaust. It's loud enough and there's enough leaks where you'll hear it no matter where the phone is. So anyway, that's going to be on my Instagram if you want to go check it out. It's just the same as my YouTube. It's just at Logan ES36. The name says Logan ES. The 36 is just for the @. Anyway, go check it out if you want to see some kind of like in-between clips when I'm doing projects and I don't have time to upload them because I didn't finish them yet. So go check that out. Anyway, gonna finish up on this now. Now, the guy who crashed this car and replaced that panel, the door, whatnot, when he remounted all of this stuff, he used self-tappers. First sign of, oh, I shouldn't have bought this. But you can see he just used the self-tappers on a random hole when the actual hole is there. So the self-tapper wasn't even going through this, like this big hole for the fender. It was over here, so the fender was mounted right, but this whole bar wasn't. So it had the headlights pushed back more than they should be. So by correcting it, like pulling it to the right spot, it moves all that forward and fixes the, like it's not right now because I don't have it bolted up, but it fixes the fitment issue by so much by putting everything in the correct spot. So now all I have to do, kind of just janky remount it, go down to the parts store, get some more hardware, put it in, and we'll be on our way. That was so much simpler than I thought it was going to be. So I don't even have to take those back bolts off on those two. It's literally just remove all those. I probably didn't have to remove all those, actually. I probably could have just removed this, then readjusted it. But I'm glad I did remove those, because then we found out that bolt's kind of messed up, and now we can replace them all. So I'm going to go ahead, remount these in the proper hole, and fitment's done, I hope. Okay, did all that, bolted it all up. Now, hood is still a bit of an issue. It's just up in this main area mainly because when that got dented, the rest of this got pushed back, isn't aligned properly, whatever, that's okay. We're gonna pop the dent, I'm just gonna like cut underneath, pop the dent up, and if that don't work, then we just put that on. So it doesn't matter if I mess this one up, because we have that one. So that's okay. Anyway, that fitment, beautiful. A little high up there. That's okay, because the headlight's good. Oh yeah, I'll show you guys that. It's a little low still, but that's okay. Now, we're going on to the issue of the trunk. Oh. That. You can see it. It's a gap. It sucks. This side. Magnificent. Beautiful. Fabulous. Disgusting. So we're going to be fixing that. Which, this is trial and error. I don't 100% know if this is going to be good. We're just going to loosen that and kind of just lower it. I don't know. May as well try. And then if not, I've kind of noticed this really stiff. This one, like this one's stiff still, but it works good. This one's like stiff and kind of like feels not lubricated. And then it has this random thingy, which I forget what it's for. Doesn't actually look like it goes into anything, so that could also be hindering it. Whatever, we're gonna start with lowering this, see if that fixes it, and go from there by slowly processing which thing it needs to be fixed. Okay, that didn't work. Then I tried taking stuff off, and then I took too much stuff off, lost hardware, and I don't know where it is. So safe to say the end result of this is be okay with your car's imperfections. Like, if we look at it from this far back, can you see it? Not really, because the camera doesn't focus well enough. But then you get maybe like about 5 feet away, you can notice it. But that's okay, because we love our cars, and we don't care if they have imperfections or like huge things that are wrong with them. As long as they look okay to you, that's okay. So we're giving up on fixing the trunk. Anywho, we're gonna make a little shield for the fuel pump, because if you look underneath here, I don't know if I'm gonna be in the right spot. Maybe it's here. Anyway, fuel pump doesn't have a skid plate on it, so we're gonna make a skid plate out of this random piece of the metal I found in the back of the shop. It's not really a skid plate, it's more just to like stop rocks from hitting it and things from scratching it. If, you know, since we're low, we're probably going lower, especially in the rear. It isn't the greatest on the rear. Like, you can tell the front, damn, pretty good. And the rear, still pretty low. It's just as low, but with the way that the body of the car goes, the front looks lower because the rear bumper's higher. So we're gonna have it lowered a little bit more, hammer out the inside of the fenders, and do all that. That's not today. I don't need to do it today. We gotta go pick up our fuel pump, because or not fuel pump. Oh, the 2 seconds. Oil catch can. We gotta go pick that up because they delivered it to my mailbox, not to my house. So we're gonna make use of the little camera mount. If you can you see through the window? Yeah, it's just right there. Camera mount. And we're gonna do a little POV drive, going to get the fuel pump or oil catch can. So we'll start that now. Okay, we're back, picked up everything. Now, it's pretty simple. Comes with your catch can, and in and out, and it tells you what it is. Also has a little dipstick so you can take it out, see how much is actually in there, as well as the bracket on the back. Got that. Then we have this, so you can mount it to any other spots on your car, whether or not you have to like drill it here and then mount it onto that top part or whatever you want to do. Comes with a bunch of line as well, and the steel wool, which you put inside. I don't know what the steel wool does, but I know it's necessary. Comes with a bunch of fittings as well, so you thread those in, put it there, but that means you also want to get a thread chaser, or the tap and die set, so you can put threads in your car, like in the spots where it needs to go. So we're going to go ahead, lift the hood, show you guys what I mean by where the stuff goes, and install it. Now, once you go ahead, get your oil catch can, unpacked, everything. I did show what it came with actually. So you have the hardware, you have a bolt that goes through, and a nut on the end. The bolt uses an Allen key, and the nut is an 8mm. So you have to find somewhere first, obviously. I just found this little old mounting point where there used to be a big rubber knob that the intake box, the air box sat on top of. So I picked that, got it. I made sure to put a rubber metal washer underneath so it reduces as much rattle as it can. And then I used some red Loctite on that nut that I put on top. I kind of just went through a bucket full of nuts and bolts, found the right threading nut, put it on, Loctited it. Didn't really torque it down, but I just went pretty heavy before I knew it was going to snap on me. Then I went ahead and installed. Now the oil catch can has this, like I said, has a steel wool inside of it. It just threads onto that bottom half there. That stick that goes down is the dipstick. So I took it off so I could get those nuts and bolts, put them on. Now I'm just putting some Loctite inside of them. Red Loctite. I know it's like the hardest one to get off, and it's like you ain't getting this shit off. That's because I don't need to take these off at least. I hope. So we're leaving it. It's good. We're tightening it all down, I guess. And then we'll run the line from that guy there down to the out, I believe. No, to the in. And then we'll run the line from underneath there to the out. Because if we look underneath, you can see that giant kind of like half semicircle with holes in it. Oh, one sec, I'll turn the flash on. The semicircle with the circle with the holes in it, that is the inside. So that's where the oil is going to be coming in from. So then it drips down, and then there's just a huge hole that just goes straight through for air, so it can still breathe into that system, but the oil is going in the in line, and out the out line will be nothing. So that's the whole point. Don't put the in line being the intake because air goes in it. No, this is an oil system. So it's basing off where the oil is going, not how the air is flowing. So the oil flow is going in the in, going down, so that nothing comes out the out. So that's where I'm mounting it, because then I'll have the rest of my intake kind of go out and down. It will mostly cover this, so then if I ever need to check it, take out the dipstick, or I just simply take that one clamp off, intake out, and then check it. It's hidden a little bit, which I would have rather mounted it here, but then that would have gotten in the way of the intake, like the rest of the intake system. At least this is going to be underneath of it, and it'll be out of the way, but still functional, so I can take the bottom cap off. Now this line here just goes to the fan. I don't know what it does. It doesn't. One sec. I don't even know if it's part of the. I don't know. I don't think it's part of my coolant lines, so shouldn't have any issues with the hot metal catch can being beside it. But I'm gonna go ahead, finish tightening up those bolts with a 8mm wrench and then an Allen key, and then install it, and then show you guys how we're gonna put those threaded inserts into the spots. There, now I got it all set up. So screw back on the bottom part, steel wool inside, bracket mounted up. Now hose from the outside, remember, running underneath the intake to that little fitting that we have, and then this running from there all the way to the inside. Now, once you finish assembling it, you'll notice you'll have some extra stuff, like these two. Now these are much wider holes, nozzles. That's because normally when people do this type of thing, which I will end up doing, so I'm going to keep these, is they will drill 2 holes in the top of their valve cover. Because normally this will not be leading to the intake, this will be mounted up over there, and you'll have out, back in, and it'll filter out all the bad stuff from your oil. Or like the extra fumey stuff. I don't know. I'm doing it to stop getting oil into my intake, but eventually once I do the whole delete of this system and all those lines, it won't be needed. So then you'll have 2, top of the valve cover. Normally it'll be 1 big, 1 small. Then you'll have a line going in for the in from the big line, and the small line will be your out, which is going back into the valve cover. So then it filters the oil. That's why it comes with 2 different sizes of line, and why I'm only using 2 of them and not the other 2 of the big ones. So eventually, keep these if you want to do the catch can route I'm doing, but you can do that with this too. Or, I don't know, get rid of them because you don't think you'll need them. But I will, so I'm going to keep everything in this nice little Ziploc bag with the rest of the hose clamps and an extra oil ring for the catch can, by the way, so I'd keep that as well. But yeah, that's done. We did the body lines. That one's still a little messed up, but everything else is looking beautiful. Trunk 2 we obviously have broken. Oh yeah, I took the wing off the Lancer. I don't know where it went. It's in the shop. Anyway, took the wing off the Lancer, and I was thinking of putting it on here. Put out a poll on my Instagram. So far, yes is winning. Which I really do want to mount it, but it's also too wide. Like, one of the bolt holes, like, both the bolt holes on each side just go kind of past, so I'd literally be having it held in with 1 bolt. Or I'd have to drill new holes into the spoiler, or narrow the spoiler, I guess, but I don't know. that's all for this video. Finished up with the oil catch can. We were going to do that skid plate onto the oil fuel filter, but I don't have time for it today. I have to go out into town later, so we're going to leave it for now. Save that for another video where we do the skid plate for under the oil pan and everything as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was informative for a few random little things today. And I'll see you guys in the next one where I hopefully finish up my interior stuff.